There's a tension. A lot of people talk about individual assets, and I think this is where we come in, because I think we need to turn this debate and discussion and talk about assets that are embedded within communities, not just simply embodied in individuals. But we're starting to see this stuff happen. And one last thing, I got my cue. We have pieces to work with. We have policy pieces to work with which are really interesting. And perhaps one of the most surprising to me when I came into this room is rethinking the Millennium Development Goals, which were created in 2000 by governments. And there were basically 8 goals with targets, specific targets, in different areas and sectors. Now listen to this list. And as you're listening to this list, think about John McKnight on the very first panel, and what are the domains in which communities are essential if we're going to achieve the outcomes. Having world poverty, cutting world poverty in half, universal education, gender equality, child health, maternal health, HIV/AIDS, environmental sustainability, and global partnerships. There is a huge amount of overlap between that official policy agenda and what we have really very strong perspectives, skills to contribute to that discussion and that process. We know in this room, they're never going to get here anyway, but they can't get here without us and without the perspectives that we and the communities that we work with bring to this debate. In many ways, they're playing on our turf, on our terrain right now. This is an opportunity for us. You know, if you go back to this pattern of it starts in the advanced industrialized world and comes back into the developing world, maybe there's hope there too. We've got Barack Obama as president, someone who knows our worlds well. And one of the interesting kind of backroom rumors that's been going on is the question of who's going to head USAID, the big age agency. It's been decimated in the Bush administration. It's got about half the employees it had in the 1980s, outsourced it, privatized it, made it better, had markets, deliver development, and we are where we are today. Now, the name that gets kicked around very intriguingly as a possible appointee is Paul Farmer, a person who founded Partners in Health, a person who's very dedicated to community approaches, who's spent the last 25 years working in central Haiti and developing. He started off with global health, and he found himself developing a holistic understanding of how you have to evolve the community in order to create development. I'm not sure Paul wants that job or should take that job, but it's very interesting that it's being talked about right now. So 2 questions I think it lays for us. I think one is, what do? We have a tremendous opportunity to do the kind of work that we want to do. There is an openness here that I don't think we've seen previously, and there is a certain support and interest in it. So that's one great thing, and I want to hear about how we can take advantage of that. The other thing I think is a question for us as a community, or parts of us as a community, is do we also engage in the policy debate? Again, look at the US case where we've got Barack Obama, we've got a friendly environment, and folks in our community are shuttling to and from the White House to talk about, are there policies and programs that can be created that facilitate the kind of work that we want to do, that support us, that support our communities in being able to do this work. And I think that's an important question for us to ask and for us to think about. These moments of openness don't last very long. There is a battle already for the next big idea. Do we get involved in this debate, and do we try to shape and have a role in what the next, hopefully not big ideas, but set of approaches might be?